Hey, so the reason why I'm doing this video is to talk about sin, begotten more sin. I know a lot of us, we're in sin and we're thinking that one day we're going to work it out. We're going to make it happen. That sin is going to turn to righteousness somehow. And I have to tell you guys the truth. Sin begots more sin. No matter how we look at the situation, no matter how we view it, sin is only going to continue to add on. It's not going to take away. You're not going to straighten it out. That baby outside of wedlock, he's not going to marry you because you weren't married when you were committing the act of sin. A lot of times they do, but at the same time, the question for you is this: are you trying to straighten out sin or not commit it at all? Because a lot of times we're caught up in these situations. He's gonna marry me. We're gonna have a family. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have that. Let me be real with you. That's very rare. That's like 9 times out of 10 with sin. Honestly, if you're having sex outside of marriage, end it. If you're in a situation where you know it's wrong, and you feel like, okay, well, look, I know it's wrong, but I'm just going to do it for a short amount of time and then I'm going to make right with it. You never probably get out of that situation because the powers that be may not allow that. Sometimes the things that are in authority is not the people of God. Sometimes we're lucky to get environments where there are people of God that's in charge that will allow you that opportunity to right those wrongs. And sin doesn't begot more sin because they're trying to end sin altogether. But a lot of times we're in toxic environments. We're amongst the thorns. We're amongst the birds that actually devour our lives. We're amongst things that are trying to destroy what God is trying to do for us. So we must be mindful of the word of God and not get caught up into everything that's going on. See, because when we become comfortable in sin, we become more docile. And being docile is not profitable. Being docile is not helping you in certain situations. And I'm going to be real with you. It's so easy to become docile these days. I can say there is years that I spent docile because of sin. There is years that I spent out of it because of sin. There are years that I was actually doing the right thing and I was sitting up there out of it because of certain sins that people wanted to see me commit. We cannot continue on the same path and expect better results. We cannot continue doing the same things and expect a different response. If we're in sin, then we have to stop the sin altogether because these sins are offensive. They're creating hostile environments. They're keeping a nation and community blind because this is what the enemy wants for you. We have normalized sin. We have normalized one night stands. We have normalized doing wrong. We have normalized soft. We have normalized obesity. We have normalized all these different sins that keep us in certain situations. And I'm going to be real with you. I may eat modest, but honestly, a lot of us don't eat modest and still have obesity issues. Some of us are dealing with obesity issues because other people want to throw their sins on us. We have to be mindful that a lot of different things are taking place and that God is working in different ways, and we cannot continue committing the 7 deadly sins and expecting God to sit up there and miraculously show up and fix all of it for us. That's not how it works. Put away your sinful ways and then appeal to the Lord, your true nature and your true will to actually serve Him, or else leave it alone. But a lot of us don't even want to serve God anymore. And that's where sin is creeping in even more. Because if you think for 1 minute that you doing whatever you want to do is a better situation, it is not. When you all think that you sitting up there drinking, smoking, and carrying on, it is a better situation than serving God. It is not. It's not. All it's doing is sitting up there, is killing generation after generation after generation until you decide to stop. Till you decide to stop. I can honestly say awakening is not always easy. I can honestly say knowing is not always as easy as some people may think, because you can know and still not make changes. You can know what sin is and still commit it. Let's try to eliminate it altogether. May these words encourage you and bless you. Do not continue in sin. Correct your wrong. Correct yourself. Correct the people that are around you. I mean, some of the modest things that we do, let's become more mindful of what's taking place. Let's encourage our young women to adorn themselves in appropriate manner and conduct themselves in appropriate manner. Look appropriate for what they're setting out to do. Every man wants a lot of different things to happen, but we do not want this for our daughters. Neither do we want this for our sons, but we're looking for a different community and generation to bring about in this new year and the new time coming. May these words encourage you. Stay blessed.